The ocular apparatus. 2 high-definition, light-harvesting voids. You call them cute. I call them rhodopsin-loaded, light-sucking receptors essential for crepuscular vision. In short, I see 7 times better than you at dawn. While you are stumbling through the hallway like a confused, concussed land mammal, I am moving with the precision of a nocturnal death machine. Let's discuss the UV spectrum. I sense things imperceptible to your narrow 3-coned reality. My reflective layer, the Tapetum Lucidum, acts as a biological mirror, bouncing photons back through my retina for a second pass. It allows me to track the minute, fast movements of dust particles and the faint air currents you never notice. You might see me staring into a corner and think, "What are you looking at? Is it a spirit? Is the house haunted?" Don't be ridiculous. There is absolutely no scientific evidence that we see ghosts. You watch far too much television. It is simply physics and a 200-degree field of view. That is 20 degrees broader than your own narrow, pathetic perspective. I am not seeing a spirit. I am seeing the residual phosphors in the structural failure of your drywall. I am observing the very air currents you ignore. Now, another way I am superior to you is my third eyelid, the nictitating membrane, a thin, protective shield usually tucked away in the corner. You shouldn't see it. However, if it begins to creep across my gaze, it is a biological red alert. It indicates discomfort. It indicates illness. Or, more likely, it indicates that I am dangerously dehydrated because you, the fallible, inaccurate human, forgot to replenish my water fountain. My kidneys are not a suggestion, they are a requirement. Yet here you sit, boasting about your so-called binocular vision, while I can't even see a fresh drop of moisture in my bowl. Let's talk about colour. We are dichromatic. Humans, on the other hand, are constantly scattered, trying to figure out what shade of eggshell or linen they want to paint their kitchen walls. It is so overwhelming that you are often forced to look on Pinterest, which only makes matters worse, because you inevitably end up with beige. Ugh. We see primarily in blue and green, which is efficient. We don't need taupe. Because I see UV light, I see patterns on flowers and light trails that are invisible to you. Your world is a dull, flat photograph. Mine is a neon-lit masterpiece of tactical data. Oh, and newsflash. Despite what you want to believe about the slow blink, it is not a sign of affection. It is not a cat kiss. It is simply a calculated momentary shutdown of my surveillance. A gesture to show my utter contempt for your clumsy movements. I am closing my eyes because looking at you is exhausting. And even if the scientists at Nature did prove it's a sign of positive emotional bonding and deep trust, which they did, I certainly wouldn't admit it to someone who still hasn't figured out where the treats are hidden. I was simply resting my retinas for the inevitable collapse of your civilization. Stop smiling. I'm preparing to take over the comfy chair. I have a schedule.